Skyler, I know you're looking at Miami's defense, not their offense, but have you noticed how similar, almost identical, your numbers are to Brad Kai's this year?
I haven't. I haven't even looked at anything of that nature.
I didn't know if that would, come up or
I don't look at my own
something
stats, much less another quarterback's stats. So I'm just worried on getting about 11.
I know you're a little bit, a different style of him, but a quarterback than he is. But do you feel like each one, what you guys have done, have really meshed with the skills of your teammates?
What do you mean as far as the scheme?
Yeah.
Around based around our players? I think it's that's what Coach Overson does. He takes his players and he builds a scheme around them. So that's what I like. We've evolved since I've got here. Pass game, run game, everything in between. We've evolved around our players, and that's why we're so great at what we do.
Dana had mentioned Kansas State as a similarity with what Miami does. Do you see that? What are some of the things you see there? He mentioned Kansas State specifically, conceptually, schematically. Do you see some similarities there?
Yeah, front seven are really strong. That's one thing that they're gonna zone pressure you. They feel like they can get to you with playing zone behind it, and they fly around too. They're great players, great. Young guys and the backers, they fly around.
Give you throwing windows but close fast. Is that what you see from the DBs?
Yeah, zone pressures, the windows are going to be there.
Tyler mentioned that they do a really good job of hiding their blitzes because of the way their safety disguise. Did they disguise it well, or is it just because they're so fast, able to recover, they don't have to cheat or give things away?
They disguise it well, definitely. They do a lot of different things. They do some things that we've never seen before because we're used to teams manning us up and then bringing the pressure. This zone pressure, it's a little different than what we've seen. We can't rely on strictly man routes or anything like that. We got to execute our plays and get the ball into play.
You do 3- and 4-man fronts. Do you see a lot of switching in game between the two different fronts?
Yeah, depending on the situation. They remind me of a lot of the Big 12 teams on third down, getting that nickel defender in there and switching things up in the back end.
You think about your years playing with Dikeel. What's going to stand out the most? Do you think that you play?
Just how consistent he is and how we have the same goals. Ever since I've been here, we've had the same goals of coming here, winning some ball games, and using this experience to get successful in life. We've talked about that since day one, and so we mesh on that level. Just as far as coming out here, our same motivations, but just being a consistent guy that's going to work, consistent receiver who's going to make the catch on third down, strong hands. I just remember as my brother.
Coming into the season, intermediate was such a big word everyone was throwing around, and he was pretty much Mr. Intermediate as far as those plays.
Yeah, no doubt. He's a big part of why we had success doing that this year.
Does it feel like this is the last one that it's finally come, or does it come too quick?
It feels bittersweet, a little bit of both. Feels like it's the end, but then again, I'm just ready to enjoy it with these guys one last time.
You've always been a player that wears your heart on your sleeve, all that. What lasting impact do you want to leave most with this one?
A W. That's the only thing. Just a W. That's all that matters. It's only fun if you win.
You mentioned that Dikeel and his consistency on third down. Have you seen teams try and take that away, knowing that he was your favorite target at that point?
No doubt.
How have you handled that?
Safety's coming down in the middle, trying to take that away. We got a number of guys on the outside. If you take that away, we got numbers on the outside. So as far as just a receiving core, that's what you get out of this receiving core. You take one away, it's going to leave one exposed. If you take all of them away, it's probably going to leave one of our backs exposed or me. So there's other options, but he's on third down, he's the one. He's consistent.
You guys, for the second year in a row, going to have a lot of turnover on defense after this season. You've gone up against the backups who will become starters. How do you feel like the future on that side looks for some guys who maybe aren't those household names just yet?
I think it's great. Last year we thought we were going to be rebuilding, and look what we have on defense. So I don't think it'll be a problem with the scheme that Gibby's brought in, and now that he's solidified, locked in. I don't see any issues.
One more question, please.
Skyler, last year that Cactus Bowl was more like an arcade game, and that was the expectation because of the potential of the offenses. This year, defensively, it seems like it's tough. Do you guys get that feel that it's completely different from a year ago?
No, because we just, we didn't go into that game saying, okay, we're going to throw for 532 yards, 5 touchdowns. We were just going and executing our stuff. So if it happens, that's great. If not, if we win by 1, like we did, we had the stats, and we also won by 1. So that's all I take. The only stat I care about is W's.